Welcome back. This is part 2 of Feeling Better Now. This one's going to be rewatchable. If only every person on YouTube would say that. You can keep watching this. Just keep liking it. More people. Thank you. Anyway, it is rewatchable because I'm going to be I'm going to be shooting out a list of all the different things you can do to feel better now. This topic's really deep. These are just things that you can do. Honestly, a lot of the time, the reason why you suck ass and feeling better now is more to do with mental, like what to do with your mind, like thought patterns. That usually is what it is. But there's a whole list of things that you could do right now that are proven to make you feel better now. And the list that I'm about to give you aren't even my words. They're from a multi-billionaire. So this, I say a lot of things that are on my own. This is something that comes from a billionaire. So take it if you want. And it's going to be kind of random in order. And I didn't have to re-look it up. I listened to a 13-hour audio tape 35 times. So this is all from memory. A lot of these things on this list, there's some things on this list I haven't done, which I usually wouldn't talk about things I haven't done because that's really shitty to you should watch that movie. Is it good? You should read that book. Was it a good book? Fair. But I do trust this person. So who do you listen to checked on the list? I've never had anybody else help me out more than this person. So anyway, we're going to get into this list. I have done a lot of these things. Hang on. Delicious. We need a sip of water. I ate a strawberry donut with strawberry milk. So good. Yeah. Really sugary, though. On that topic, you should be eating healthy foods. You should be eating foods that's non-GMO, organic, non-genetically modified. Very important. Honestly, the secret to eating food, there's a whole bunch of people out there that'll be like, you should be vegan. I've been vegan. I've been vegetarian. I'm going to tell you right now, to keep it simple, you should be eating food that is close to as nature intended. So, you can eat meat, you can eat poultry, you can eat beef. Pigs are filthy animals. Technically speaking, pigs are filthy fucking animals. It's like the closest thing you can get to eating a human being. Pigs are filthy animals. I had bacon recently. It was great. But on a real note, in general, even the healthiest of pig is still, they're still kind of a nasty animal. I think it says something in the Bible about eating hooved animals and stuff. And I'm not a Bible person, but there is truth in there mixed with some lies and manipulation. Anyway, so you should be eating organic foods. You should be eating non-genetically modified foods. You should be eating meats that don't have growth hormones injected into them. Like, I can't remember the one that starts with a B, by growth something. Anyway, you shouldn't be eating anything that has hormones pumped into them. You should be eating foods that have no monosodium glutamates or high fructose corn syrup. I will pause real quick here on this list. Well, I'll get back to it because I got a whole list of things. But I'm going to bring up high fructose corn syrup in a second. There's a story about that shit that gets me every time. Anyway, vegetables. Non-cooked is better than cooked. You should be getting a certain amount of water from fruits and vegetables into your body. There's a difference between water that you drink and water that's in the cells and whatever of fruits and vegetables. It's way better and more beneficial for you. You should eat an apple or something. I ate apples every day for like 5 years. It's so weird. I finally broke free from it, but I got a banana. But I ate an apple every fucking day. I don't know why. I would eat bags of apples. I have no clue why. They're not even my favorite food. But they were just easy to eat, and I could eat them. You should stay away from sugar, obviously. And wheat, by the way, almost all wheat is genetically modified at this point. So that's why Pop-Tarts and all that stuff, yeah. Skittles, things like that have red number 40 and yellow number 5, which are dyes that are put into it that cause cancer. And they're illegal. Get this straight. If you live in America, if you're watching this shit and you live in America, there is foods here, thousands and thousands of different products that are illegal. You go to jail if you get caught sneaking that shit into another country. Because other countries are like, why the fuck would we poison the population? But in America, it's all right. And that's why you see obese, fat people. because they eat this stuff. You know, I can tell stories that are all, you know, it's funny because now that I know this list, I'm like, remember that guy who would eat like 20 pounds of bacon a day? He was like 380 pounds. Like, I remember that. There's my ex-girlfriend's dad ate bacon and like on everything, like a lot of it. And every item in his house was like some little Debbie product, you know, stuff like that. Bad for you, really bad for you. It won't make you happy if you eat that stuff. It'll cause blockages in your body and your brain and make you happy. You know, high fructose corn syrup and stuff and monosodium glutamates block neurological pathways in your brain that make it pretty much impossible for you to feel good. So I handle food. You should be eating organic, natural food. This part's rewatchable. That's the whole point of this list. You also should do some cleanses. There's a great website called QN Labs. QNlabs.com, and they sell a lot of good. Again, this is what a billionaire would take. That's interesting. You got all the money in the world. This is where you take things and put them in your body. You know, probably got pretty high standards because the only other people you talk to are other billionaires. And so at this point, they kind of, you know what's going on. Anyway, not that because you're a billionaire means, you know, whatever. Fair enough. Shh. Keep it rolling. Anyway, so QN Labs, you know, I've done a few of the, like, I didn't do the gallbladder cleanse. I've done a few of these cleanses, but I need to do more of them. These are things I needed to do. But there's a gallbladder cleanse, there's a liver cleanse, kidney cleanse. There's a heavy metal cleanse. I really suggest that. There's heavy metal in the airs we breathe. There's toxins in the air we breathe, mostly plastic. Plastic is literally in the air we breathe at this point. You can go and open any can of fish and sardines and look under a microscope, and there's microplastic in it. It's kind of an actual agenda to make things with plastic so it destroys it's an actual agenda. It's really scary. Anyway, again, you got to remember, psychopaths have ruled this planet. And the problem with this is people will not believe the extent that has been gone through to keep people at a low vibe. It's ridiculous. And you won't believe it. Thank you. You won't believe it because you can't fathom doing that. Stop thinking like that. Psychopaths and shit, they're on a whole other level. Whole other level. Whole other level. They're at a whole other level. They just do anything and everything to keep you at a low vibe. It's ridiculous. So anyway, you should be doing a bunch of different cleanses. Heavy metal cleanse. Do a parasitic cleanse. Do a colonoscopy. I haven't gotten a colonoscopy yet. Fast. You can do that now. I highly suggest 48 hours with water. You look up the benefits of 48-hour fasting. You'll see, you know, all these different things that happen in your brain. I can't remember the name of the protein or whatever, but you produce like 20 times more keto somethings when you're fasting. Doesn't matter. If you follow your feelings, you would know that when you're fasting, you can feel I want to mask the pain, food. When that goes away, as I say, always feel better now. Don't mask the pain. Even if you don't know science at all. When I fasted, I knew that like this whole more part of me needed to like die off for a second. Like that shadow side needed to die off. So when I finally made it to the 48-hour mark, it felt amazing. Oh my God. And your manifestation skills get better. And it even makes sense when you realize that this is how it's always been. So, you know, in nature, there's times of, you know, famine and plenty. You know, in wintertime in Native American culture, like, you know, it's hard to eat. Your body usually goes through these cycles, just like with the planet. In America and other countries, there's so much food everywhere, yet people are miserable. It's, you know, they should fast. Fasting cleanses out your body. It does. It actually cleanses your body probably better than all the cleanses I just mentioned. So you should fast. I just, you know, it was hard for me. I'm a Taurus stallion. Very difficult. I've only fasted for 48 hours twice, and I will be doing it again in a month. You know, I did it like 2-3 years ago. I just, you know, I could only make it to 36 hours. They kept, you know, masking the pain of that. But I'm not going to lie, I'm at a point now where it felt so great. It's like, oh, got to do this again. Anyway, so you should fast. You should be taking these cleanses. Colonoscopy. Fasting's the best one, though, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying it's better than, you know, you should get a heavy metal cleanse and stuff for sure. But anyway, what else? You should get a hypergravity plate. It's a plate that vibrates you. It's just like jumping on a trampoline. It's a cellular exercise. It flushes toxins out the lymphatic system. So get a hypergravity plate at hypergravity.com. I haven't gotten that one. You know, that's the thing on my list. Trampoline. If you got a trampoline or you know somebody has a trampoline, jump on a trampoline. A few minutes of jumping on a trampoline, you will feel better. you will feel better. Why? Well, since we're talking about feeling better now, I should mention again that your mind and your body affect your emotions. When you're looking at a depressed fuck, you can see it. They're like, you know, like they usually got their shoulders hunched, kind of walking slow. If they were to just change their body, force a fake ass smile, oh, I'm happy, you would feel better. I'm not kidding. Jump up and down. Jump up and get down. Like I said, trampoline really helps. You got somebody that has trampoline or have a trampoline, a mini trampoline, those are awesome. I can tell you right now, I had a lot of fun on the trampoline at my mom's house. Had to go back into the world of toxicity, but I did have that moment where I got to go outside and be on a trampoline. That was pretty cool. I didn't grow up with that. That's something my little brother got to have. Anyway. But yeah, jumping on a trampoline, hypergravity plate, very good exercises to do. Go outside. Go outside. The number one cure for depression is to take a 1 hour walk outside with the sun. Doesn't matter the weather. The sun rays will go through the clouds and everything, go through your clothes. It'll absorb into your body. It'll go through your eyes, even if you're not technically staring at it. Sun gazing is very important. The first hour of the day is the best because then you get your whole day. I have a story about being spiritually attacked at my ex-girlfriend's house. And how it played out was I was sleeping and me and her broke up. And I was still at her house taking care of the pigs and the animals on the farm, and she was out fucking some other guy. And I remember I woke up in bed and I looked over. And she was naked fucking this dude and she went, oh my God, he's awake. And I woke up I thought I was awake. In my dream, I woke up, looked over, and she was laughing at me fucking somebody. And then I actually woke up screaming, and then her dad got a gun because she thought somebody was killing somebody. I went outside and I could feel it. I was being emotionally attacked by others that had nothing to do with that girl. They just used that as an image. I know it's a deep topic. But anyway, I was screaming. It was some of the most painful shit I ever felt. Just like the level of betrayal and all of it. And even though you say, well, yeah, you woke up, it wasn't real. It's like, well, it kind of was because this was really going on in my life. You know, so the dream just amplified it. And I remember the sun, I strained for like 20 minutes. The sun came up in the morning, poked through the trees, and I felt it go through my eyes. And I only looked at it for like 3 seconds and it was gone. Fuck. That's what happens. There's like two chicks over here. Like, what is he doing? But it happened. I had that like trauma in the sun. I felt it. It was an experience. Like the sun went through my eyes and it was like burned it all out. I'm not saying you're going to have that kind of experience. I'm saying that no matter where you are, if you go out and you look at the sun in the first hour, you know, look at it for 20 minutes, you'll feel better throughout the day. There's people that fast for months, and some of them will tell you that all they do is sun gaze and they get their energy through the sun. And if you look at plants and how they survive, it's really not that hard to believe that. I mean, come on. Anyway, so sun gazing, first or last hour of the day, amazing. Don't do it any other time because the UV radiation will fuck up your eyes, obviously. When you do go sun gazing, look up videos about it because you're going to have to look at it and there's going to be like a patch of light that's normal anywhere you look. You ever look at something bright and you look away and you see that light wherever you look? That's normal. And that'll actually be like the lens that covers the sun from being too brutal. So you'd be staring right at it and there's a little purple dot or whatever you want to say. And it's going to shine through that in a way. It's hard to describe. Look up videos about it. But I'm saying get used to that. You'll get comfortable after about a minute of looking at it. It's going to be brutal in the beginning. You know, scream at the sun. Focus! Amazing. Okay, walking, as I said, sun gazing. Other things you can do. Hugs. Nobody gets tactile contact anymore in life, and this is a big issue. People don't touch each other. You know, it's kind of reserved for relationships only, but the truth is you should be hugging people. You know, the closer you can get to people, you know, the worst thing they can do to you in prison is separate you from murderers and rapists and put you in a cell by yourself. Now, the truth is, I think I would be fine with that. Not because of because honestly, the toxicity involves attachment. So usually toxic ass people in general need attachment because they need to siphon people that have energy, even if it's other low vibe fucks. But anyway, it's still a benefit if you're a high vibe person that's able to create your own energy, aka you're feeling good. That's what that means. That's your own magic in reality. This magic proper, feeling good in general. I feel good on my own. I've been living on my own. I've been living out in the streets for like 3 years. Amazing. Best feeling in the world. I go to a job. Everybody hates me. I'm just the whole way talking to myself, making burgers anyway. Like, he's so fucking weird. He's so fucking weird. They're getting worse and worse. I'm just saying. I love my alone time. It's I'm an empath, so it's, I gotta cleanse myself and all the ugh that's on me. So anyway, and if you're not comfortable by yourself, then you're in bad company, aren't you? You don't like yourself. So that's a sign. But anyway, like I said, go for a walk, do cleanses, eat healthy, do some sun gazing, exercise, hug your mom if she's not a narcissist, hug your dad if he's not a narcissist, hug your brother or sister, hug somebody, hug your friends, hug your family, hug somebody. Hugs are great. Hugs are amazing. You have no idea the power of a fucking hug. During this whole COVID thing, which I am now getting into, this is the part that might trigger you to deal with it. During this whole COVID warfare thing, it's really just an event to separate people from people and to see which people are manipulatable and which are not. And I don't believe in any of it at all. And the truth is, when you're feeling great, your body's in an alkaline state where disease cannot exist in the body. Disease is dis-ease. So when you're feeling good, just know that law of attraction, the very foundation of this entire matrix reality that you live in, requires that is what comes back to you. You put it out, it comes back. Now, of course, up to this point, people have walked up to you and spread their fear. That's really the only thing that's being spread in COVID is fear. And other people believe it, and they subject themselves to getting sick by things they can't even see. I'm not saying that bacteria and stuff ain't real. I'm just saying, think about how weak you are. That you think that you've been convinced that the small ass thing that you can't see is going to get you. But if you're feeling good all day, your body really is in an alkaline state. Disease can't exist in the body. I haven't gotten sick in forever. And also, I follow the rules on this list. Because the number 2 forms of death throughout human history has been famine, which is a lack of food, and disease, which is based on a weak immune system, aka lack of nutrition, aka lack of food. And as I just said, a lot of the food in America isn't food, it's poison. Like, there's products we eat that causes cancer, and it's illegal. Not, well, we don't sell it here. It's illegal in other countries. Like, that shit's illegal. That shit's like psychopath-owned products that fuck you over hardcore in ways that when you get sick later, you'll be like, it's because Jerry was near me. It's like, bitch, you eat McDonald's every fucking day. It's because you eat McDonald's. Don't eat fast food of any kind, honestly. I mean, once in a while you slip up, I ate Taco Bell, it happens. But all of it has high fructose corn syrup, all of it, monosodium glutamates, and is genetically modified, so you're eating low vibrational food. Best way to word it. I mean, this shit is, and the more you raise your vibe, the harder it'll be for you to deal with toxic energies. Like, I can't even eat junk food anymore. It really just throws me off my game so much. I had a fucking coffee. I can't even have a Coca-Cola at this point because the caffeine it fucks me up so much. When you're at a lower vibe, you can just swim in the toxicity. It's the truth. But when you start reaching for better feelings and become aligned with yourself, anything less than that, you just will not stand for it. You really won't. You won't stand for bad behavior, toxic, anything. Foods, it's amazing because you're raising your vibes. So these things start becoming unappetizing. They don't feel the same because you're a different person. Anyway, so yeah, you should be eating healthy. You should be doing exercise. You should be getting hugs. If you have a pet, play with your pet. Energetic exchange from you playing with a pet is amazing. Skyrockets you very far. Play with your pet. Build something with your hands. Build things. Create things. Make a birdhouse and paint it. I'm not kidding. Doing activities like this will make you feel better, and you manifest based upon things that are close to you. And that's why Taurus rules manifesting, because it's the most in-tuned player here in the game. So Tauruses in general are here. Like, we're fucking here. Other signs are a little out there. They could be psychic and so on and so forth. But we're here. So we can really feel this material. Like we can smell the smells. We can taste the food. There is a dark side to being so stuck into it. But the positive is when we manifest, what's it like being in that Cadillac? Well, we would go sit in one. Oh. And we would manifest one through a fucking miracle very quickly because we got as close as we could to the actual object. That helps with manifesting. The closer you can get to that which you want, physically touch it, physically smell it, be there, imagine yourself in the car, right? Well, it's a lot easier to imagine yourself in a car and picture that and bring it into reality if you've already been in one. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So yeah, you should definitely be playing with a pet. If you have a pet, get a pet. You know what I mean? Take care of the pet. If you're gonna have a pet, goddamn kids, just said enough. Fucking hate that shit. Oh god, I'm not even gonna tell those stories. I do want to tell you that high fruit diet. I know I'm pausing, but I wanted to make a big list that you can rewatch because you need to watch. You need to do things on this list little by little, little by little. Like every day, you should probably be taking a walk, 40-minute walk if you can, at least 30 minutes. Come on. When you take a walk, I highly suggest not knowing where you're going, or make a goal of where you're going if you have to. But if you ever start taking a walk and your feelings tell you to go a different way, magic happens on walks because you raise your vibe and opportunities, situations, circumstances, events, and people are all able to mingle better into your life. And you'll get to see manifestations really a lot easier than if you were just sitting in your house waiting for the bags of money to, waiting for somebody to open the door, go, is this your package? Not saying that can't happen. But it would be more likely that you'll find money like that sitting under a bush. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying the opportunities will pop up better. And the fact is, it makes you feel better walking. So that's really the secret anyway. But I do want to tell you a story about why high fructose corn syrup is bad for you. And this got me. I heard this when I was younger. I heard this from this billionaire. And then one day, I manifested the evidence, through the, so I'm listening to this billionaire telling me this is things we don't do. These are things we do. We do not eat anything with that stuff in it. That shit's like poison. That weakens our powers, and then the stock market will lose $1 million because we ate shit with that food in it. Because that's the game they're playing. A battle of wizards. Woo! I ate some shit off, feel down. What's that? Oh, I got news that got me down too. All right, fuck. So anyway, I'm watching this commercial, and it had this mom with the popsicles, you put in the freezer. It was not a popsicle commercial. And the mother's like, hey, you shouldn't give that to your kid. I heard that has high fructose corn syrup in it. And the woman goes and hands it to her kid and says, what's so wrong with high fructose corn syrup? I swear to God, this is a real commercial. And then they gave a whole speech about it, right? Here's the question. Who the fuck paid money, the millions of dollars, to sell a product that's in everything? Right? Ain't that weird? It's not like this company, who, buys ingredients. You see what I'm saying? You could say, well, yeah, people that own high fructose, it's in everything. And this is a big secret. Again, information from a billionaire. Almost all food is owned by only a few people. A lot of people don't know this, but almost all food, all fast food is almost owned by the same people at the highest levels. All of them are owned at the highest levels by the same few people. There's only a very small, you wouldn't even know their names. But there's only a few people that own like 95% of all food and its shipments. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. So when you understand that, you'll understand why the fuck there was a high fructose corn syrup, which, blows my mind. But anyway, yeah, all that stuff's fucking horrible for you. And, it's a big topic. All right, so I got through all that, the hugging, and you to do the friend. Yeah, building things with your hands, very important. Anything else I'm missing? Probably, but I'll put it in my other videos. But I didn't want to shit out my memorized list. You go do jump rope exercises. Go to the gym. Go to the gym, makes you feel better. If you can't do anything on this fucking list, take a walk. I can't tell you how many times people were sitting there bitching about their wife for somebody they think cheating on them, and go take a walk. You'd be surprised. See, that's the difference between me and you, is I know, like, I'll be sitting here with these thoughts and they all suck ass. And I'm like, oh, my vibe's off. Indicated by the thoughts and indicated by my body. So I'll go physically move my body, and it's called moving meditation. You're rhythmically walking. There's this reset from this pattern you're doing. You know, I do staff. I do iron palm. When I wake up, you know, I go, if I can, I go to a wall because I'm in Colorado, so I need some sun. You know, I don't want my hands freezing. And, you know, there's like a white wall, white bounces light off. Anyway, so I'll be doing iron palm. Like yesterday, I did 2,000 palm strikes against this wall at Home Depot. Some people were walking by that worked at Home Depot. We're like, we're just going to let that crazy guy be. Pop, 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 pop. just there's pushing their cart. Like, what the fuck? You know? I don't care. And it feels so good. It feels so good. You have no idea. So do things on this list little by little. Like, you probably don't have all the money for the Quantum Lab stuff, but look up quantumlabs.com. Look at some of the products, some of the cleanses. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Okay. Vaccines. Sorry, this is the part that's going to trigger people. Vaccines. Don't believe in them. They're fucking horrible for you. Fucking horrible for you. If you took vaccines, you're going to be okay. But, you know, I don't want to create a mindset because that's going to be more detrimental than anything. You're going to be fine. If you're a parent and you shot your kids up with vaccines, I'm not hating on you, but, you know, it's not really about bad things you've done. It's about the fact that you're not teachable now and you're continuing to do that bad behavior, which makes you bad. It's the fact that you are not willing to change even when faced with information that proves that you're wrong and that this is bad for you. And you refuse to change, and then you continue to shoot your kids up with vaccines. That's wrong. If you have shot your kids up with vaccines, I love you. I forgive you. You know, whatever. This world's going to trick you. Again, run by psychopaths. Donald Trump, billionaires do not take vaccines. None of them do. At all. They might lie, but they don't take that shit. None of them take that shit. There isn't one alive that takes that shit. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. There isn't a single billionaire alive that takes that shit. I guarantee it. Like, that's how crazy that is. There probably isn't one at all, ever. I don't believe in wearing masks. You know, that's this whole topic. But, you know, if you're there, just know that you're being influenced by fear. How do you feel not wearing a mask? You know, I feel great. I know for a fact, I believe in what I'm saying stronger than those people that wear those masks believe in what they're saying. And I'm not attacking. If you want to leave comments below, I don't really care. I don't have time. Medication. All forms of pharmaceutical drugs are bad for you. I am not a doctor. I think I have to say that, right? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a person that prescribes drugs that I never took to people. Because you should listen to people that have what you want, have been where you are. I've done Adderall. The fact that a doctor can prescribe meth in a pill to a 15-year-old just shows you something's out of whack. People that are nurses, you know, they become nurses. They want to take care of people. And, I listened to this girl on YouTube, and she used to be a nurse. And she said I had to get out because she realized that all these drugs that they're giving to these old people are just like, they're just, I saw it happen to my grandpa Terry on hospice. I saw it. You can't convince me anything. Like, I experienced this firsthand of what those drugs do. He didn't even know who the fuck the people in the room were anymore. And he was screaming at him. That's how he died. Thanks, pills. Anyway, so pharmaceutical companies are psychopaths. Psychopaths own pharmaceutical companies. They make billions of dollars and they kill millions and millions of people. And the people that aren't dead from it yet are living in the lowest vibe you can. Drugs, out of the 10 stimuli of the mind, is the lowest stimuli, right under fear. So drugs are the only thing that can take you to a place. And I've had some good times on some drugs. I'm not saying I haven't. I'm just saying drugs stimulate you, so it causes a response. So if you write a book on one of these stimulants, if you listen to a good song, music is a stimulant. Friendship's a stimulant. People in suffering, mutual suffering is a stimulant. Love is a stimulant. Sexual expression is a stimulant. Sexual expression is actually the highest. It stimulates people at the highest level, which we'll get to about why that's a different video on the whole love thing. But anyway, fear is number 9. 10 takes you below it. So you'll have more fear-induced reactions. Interestingly enough, people that wear masks probably do a bunch of pharmaceutical drugs and caffeine and take vaccines and all that stuff, which just keeps them in that realm of entering a world where that's what their reality is. I stopped believing in all that shit long ago. I don't add into it when I don't tap into it. Anything to do with any of those topics, that's not even in my life. It's almost irrelevant. Sometimes I look around and I see people with masks and I go, oh yeah, I forgot. Seriously, like it's not in my rule at all. This might cut off at any second. I'm still posting it. I don't believe in any of that shit. Stop taking all that stuff. I don't take Advil or ibuprofen or anything. That stuff, and the evidence is when you take pills, it just numbs that symptom and then creates more of it. And why is it important to feel pain? Energy flows where attention goes. If I stab you in the leg, where are you thinking right now? You're thinking about that stab in your leg. You know why? Because you're sending healing energy to it. Sure, you're not feeling that great, which is fair. That's fair. But energy flows where attention goes. There's an experiment where you take 3 different things of rice with water in it, and every day you wake up to one and you say, hello, rice, I love you so much. The other rice, you say, fuck you, piece of shit. You sit there, you throw hate on one, you throw love on the other, and the other, you ignore. And after about a month, the one that you threw positive, you could do this in your own home. The one you throw positive vibe to will have a nice fermented smell. I'm not going to say you're going to eat it, but it's not that bad. The one you throw negativity towards is pretty nasty. And the one you ignore is the worst. So, even when you get stabbed in the leg, even though you're putting like a vibe to it, you're healing it. So when you numb it out, you're not really healing it. It's important. I'm not saying every time, if you get shot, there is certain drugs at the hospital you should be taking. There is certain drugs in certain cases, because you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying it just like that. I'm just saying that generally, like 99% of all, if some doctor has you on heart medication or some pill, you need to find a way to believe that you can be off that, because the truth is your belief that it works is really the only thing that's making it work. You know what that word's called? The fucking, I don't have enough time. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Anyway, the pill itself is actually not helping you. Placebo effect. You're manifesting it working. That's what placebo effect is. People's belief that it works, and it works. I don't take any of that shit. I feel amazing every day. I never have to take that shit. Anyway, video's gonna cut off any second. So I gave a whole list. Again, I'm not a doctor. Thank God. I don't even care. If you're a doctor, I love you, but and you probably got into your job for the right reasons, but I'm just saying, you need to realize that, you don't even take this stuff and you prescribe it to people. Isn't that interesting? Like, you got brainwashed to be in a situation where you prescribe things that you don't even know what they do physically. You never experienced it. That's bad in general. And I've just did a couple. I did give a couple on this list that I have done, but everything that I have done has made me feel amazing. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, so fair enough. I'm going to end this. This is rewatchable. I highly suggest doing the things on this list. There's more. I'll make a part 3. It'll be different. There's a lot more. I know I missed out. There's just a lot. I love you guys.